In 2013, a small team of game developers known as Hopoo Games released their first project titled Risk of Rain. But I would not become familiar with Hopoo Games until the early access release of Risk of Rain 2 in 2019. 1 year later, Risk of Rain 2 would launch its 1.0 version across all gaming platforms and consoles. Then, in 2022, Gearbox, the studio behind Borderlands, would buy the Risk of Rain intellectual property from Hopoo Games. Instead of Hopoo Games taking an early retirement, they would go on to work at Valve, where they are currently working on Deadlock. It is speculated that Deadlock has been in development for about 6 years, meaning the game was already being worked on under its previous iterations, Citadel or Neon Prime. As somebody who has committed a number of hours in both of these titles, I can see some of Risk of Rain 2's DNA in Deadlock. I want to specify that I will only be looking at the base game and the Survivor of the Void DLC, as those were developed by Hopoo Games. Plus, that's all I own regarding Risk of Rain 2. Any DLC or content produced by Gearbox I never bought. Also, I don't plan to dissect every single thing in Risk of Rain 2, as some of it is either minuscule or can be found in other games. The Commando in Risk of Rain 2 wears orange and uses 2 guns. Haze in Deadlock wears orange and uses 2 guns. Tracer from Overwatch wears orange and uses 2 guns. See what I mean? Despite me saying that, I am going to mention something that may seem mundane to most. Deadlock uses 3 colors for their items: orange, green, and purple. Risk of Rain 2 did something similar with their chests: red, green, and purple. Although there are plenty of blue chests lying around, which can be any item in the game. But the colored chest categorizes the item into damage, health, and utility. I'm going to guess that the swap from red to orange is because orange is softer on your eyes. Something else you could find around Risk of Rain 2's maps are air vents, similar to those found within the Cursed Apple. There are enemy attacks you can avoid by breaking line of sight, just as you can with certain abilities, usually ultimates, within Deadlock.
My reach is boundless.
But another method of avoiding enemy abilities is what I'm going to call the no model tech. When you cast an ability where you no longer have a character model, you become immune to all damage within that short time frame. And then there are these clay pots lying around on the desert map that are similar to Infernus's napalms. When destroyed, nearby enemies will be covered in a liquid substance. But interactions with the environment between these two games are fairly light. Most of Risk of Rain's influence comes from its characters and items. Commando has a slide ability that the entire Deadlock cast also receives. The Railgunner's primary fire is similar to Rem's primary fire, as the ammunition curves and homes in on its target. Railgunner's secondary fire is a sniper POV similar to Vindicta's ultimate. while also having a mechanic similar to the faster reload item. The bandit can throw a knife to cause a bleed effect, which is replicated with Shiv. Risk of Rain 2 also has a dagger item that gives every character a bleed effect, but it does not involve throwing the knife itself, as we see with the bandit or Shiv.
Softening them up. Staking them. Throwing blades. I see you. They're gonna bleed.
The character Acrid has a playstyle similar to Silver's wolf form, where you leap around and claw your enemies to death.
Things are about to get real interesting.
While still talking about Acrid, he also has an ability called Bile, which is a poison effect that can spread to nearby enemies. You can recreate something similar in Deadlock using both ricochet and toxic bullets. However, Bile does not kill and leaves enemy at 1 HP, just like Pocket's Affliction.
I'll bleed them out. What am I capable of?
Despite ice walls appearing in both Overwatch and League of Legends, the ice wall in Risk of Rain 2 has two unique properties. The first is its ability to stun anyone who walks into the wall, a similar upgrade that McGinnis has to her own wall.
Don't let them outposition us! Building a barrier!
The second is that the wall can stun enemies again for those who continue to walk through it. Graves' wall has a similar feature.
Stay away from me!
Turrets are nothing new to MOBAs or shooters, but the turrets in Risk of Rain 2 and Deadlock have a unique property where they interact with items, or rather items enhance their capabilities. Engineer's turrets can trigger on hit effects such as crits or bleeds, while McGinnis turrets gain increased damage and fire rate from monster rounds and heroic aura.
Gotta get as many of these up as I can.
In fact, Heroic Aura takes inspiration from War Banner, as both items provide increased fire rate and movement speed. Deadlock's Extra Charge takes inspiration from Risk of Rain 2's Backup Magazine and Fuel Cell, as all three of these items give certain character abilities additional uses. Both Crowbar and Opening Wounds deal bonus damage to those with a certain HP threshold. Focus Crystal allows you to deal damage to enemies standing too close to you, and is ideal for melee or shotgun characters. This single item has been split into various melee items in Deadlock. Both ukulele and Tesla bullets allow your ammunition to release lightning bolts that can then chain to other nearby enemies. Infusion and Trophy Collector share a gimmick where you gain stats after a kill, but for Infusion, it's health, and Trophy Collector, it's increased movement speed and ability range. Funnily enough, Trophy Collector used to give bonus health on kill, just like Infusion, but it was eventually removed. Tesla Coil and Torment Pulse allow you to damage nearby enemies as your character now radiates electricity off of you.
Go out there and impose your will.
Hopoo Feather is the only way to give your character a double jump in Risk of Rain 2. While every character in Deadlock inherently has the double jump, I do wonder if the Hopoo Feather is the foundation for stamina items enabling extra jumps and dashes. Royal Capacitor is one of the few items in Risk of Rain 2 where you can directly target an enemy with a single button push. Meanwhile, Deadlock has a plethora of items that allow you to target the opponent, such as Disarming Hex and Focus Lens.
Slow their healing.
While Risk of Rain 2's characters and items are the biggest influence, for Deadlock, a select few enemies can also be found in Valve's upcoming title. The Wisps share a similar design to Grave's skulls, as the body, or head I guess, is a single dark color surrounded by a flaming secondary color.
If they get close, kill them.
There are frost variants of enemies that explode into a dome of ice upon death. This may have inspired Kelvin's ultimate.
Chase me!
And finally, there is the Stone Titan with two specific attacks that I want to look into. The first being a punch that tracks the surface you are currently standing underneath, bearing a resemblance to Viscous Goo Punch. The second is a laser that locks onto you until you break line of sight, similar to the mid-boss laser. And this video was a lengthy way of saying that the Deadlock players should check out Risk of Rain 2.